Yeah. First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the blessing to do what I do and with these guys and the staff and you know we say after every game, win or lose, like we still have to keep getting better and just stayed consistent with the message to the guys. Enjoy it, but we've shown we can improve and build off of losses, and now we have to show that we can build off of wins. And so this was great. Thankful, so thankful to the students, right? Like, man, I walked out and I saw them, and man, my joy tank was full, you know, seeing them, and they really provided great energy for us and allowed us to get off to a great start, and all of our fans who came in, and then this was Legends Week, and so having a bunch of former players back, and they got to, you know, talk to the guys and be at practice, and we had a little gathering for them. It wasn't just players; it was players, managers, coaches, trainers. It's really cool the K-State family to be able to be a part of that. So that was really cool.
Who wants to start with questions? Scott?
No questions. Let's go.
Coach, could you just talk about the first five of the game?
Yeah, no, we were locked in, man. We were locked in, guys. You know, we were in attack mode. I thought we got to the paint. I thought defensively we were locked in and, you know, made it difficult for them. And, you know, I don't know, we've gone on a 17-2 run or a 17-0 run this year at all. Like, we offensive runs have been few and far between for us. So to have one of those, it really, you know, made it great. So.
What point did you think the game was over?
When the horn sound, like, yeah, I'm paranoid. All the way out. We just, you know, like we hadn't been in a situation where usually we've been the one having to press to try and cause turnovers and stuff, and so having to handle the press and know when to be aggressive, and so they don't press you twice, as you know, as opposed to being, well, we could run some clock, you know, the balance of that. So having to go through that and see how the guys handled it, very proud of them.
The energy of the place and just the win must have felt really good tonight.
Yeah, man, it beats the alternative. I'm gonna tell you that. And but it was the energy of the place. You know, it's just, this place is different when our students are here, our fans are here, and the opportunity to play in front of your fans. And that's why, you know, we're the only team in conference that has 4 back-to-back road games. Right? There's a few that have 3, and most of them have 2. But to have 4 back-to-back road games, it's hard to win on the road. And then when you have to do 2 in a row, that allows streaks to build because the home courts are so good in our league. And so, man, to be able to be back at home, it was huge.
5 different guys in double figures. How pleasing was it for you to see so much balance on the team tonight?
No, that was great. And that's what we want, right? That's what makes you hard to guard when everyone – so that meant we were sharing the ball. And so, yeah, that was huge. And then every guy that played, I think, except one, got a rebound. You know, so, I mean, it wasn't just the scoring. It was people were involved, you know, in what we were doing.
Why do you think the offense gets an uptick when Doug is a little bit more assertive and is looking to create his own shot as opposed to always passing?
Because you need, like, he's one of the guys on the team that can create his own shot and can make, you know, tough shots. And today, because of how we knew they were going to play us, I needed him to think score first. And so it made good for him. I was thinking, actually, coming into the game, I was like, man, last time we won was Cincinnati, and Doug had a big game, and Coleman had a big game, and like we need Doug to be more aggressive offensively, and that's probably on me that I have to give him more freedom, more license to do it so that he feels comfortable. Because I know he's trying to please me and trying to please his teammates and get people involved, but we do need his scoring, and I was happy in how he approached it today.
And you've said over the past few weeks you thought you guys were close to something like this. Now that it's happened, do you think the players were as optimistic as you were along the way, or was it hard to keep their spirits up?
There's a story in the Bible where a disciple told Jesus, "Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief." And I shared that with the guys. I said, man, the first thing before we can win, we got to believe we can win, and it's okay to have some doubts. And if you speak it out and you say, okay, I believe, but I'm not quite sure, then you'll have somebody next to you. If they know you got a little doubt, they're going to give you some encouragement. And so that was one of the things in going through all this and even leading up to this that we had to build our belief system. And sometimes you don't. I'm not going to sit here and say I believe we're going to win every game or win the next, there are doubts am I doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? But when you have a group around you that when you have a low belief or a falter, somebody else can pick you up. That's what being a team is about. And I thought they helped pick each other up all week.
You talked about to have a winning streak, you need to win one first,
Yeah.
and how badly you guys needed to win. Now that you got it, did you sense kind of a weight lifting in the locker room afterwards? Or?
Yeah, there's definitely a weight lift, man. Like losing sucks, okay? And even though we saw that we were getting better and we were close, it's that doesn't satisfy what you got. But what's really important now is can we keep getting better after a win, right? And can we go on the road and get one, right? That's so there's a lot of room for improvement for us and things we can challenge ourselves for. But I'm excited to see what happens on Monday. How we take care of business tonight and tomorrow so that we can come in on Monday and get after it. And because I'm gonna be on one on Monday because I'm not gonna let them be satisfied.
Talked about going on the road. You still have one more at home now, and you've seen Oklahoma State already. Does that make it a little easier to get ready? The fact that you've seen them once already this year.
Well, yeah, I mean the scout part, it makes it a little easier because we've done it once before. But our staff has done unbelievable scouts all year long, and that hadn't been the problem. It's going out there against the way they play and their pressure and their big fella inside, and then executing it. That's what's going to be the problem. So easier to scout them because we've already done it once. Yes, not easier to go against them.
At the same time, I think after that game, you kind of questioned the team's effort, if I remember, a little bit. And since then, it seems like it's picked up. Was there a little bit of a turning point there, do you think?
I don't think, these guys care. And I think they watched film and we showed it to them and they saw it and they knew they didn't bring their best effort. And part of that was because of Oklahoma State, but, part of that was us. So, yeah, I mean.
In your opening statement, you talked about the crowd a little bit, and I looked at the numbers here. There was over 9,000. I think that's over 80%. Were you surprised that there were that many people here today?
No, I'm never surprised that the K-State family shows up for each other. It's something that I expect. I'm thankful, though, right? I don't take it for granted, right, that we have a great fan base, and our students, man, are just unbelievable. And people drive a long way, and they spend a lot of money and time to come here. And I just always pray that we give an effort that's worthy of the sacrifice that they're making. Yeah, it helps the belief, it helps the buy-in a little bit more, and so we have to build on it though. We can't be satisfied.